It's beer o'clock on Reload Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from St. Austell Brewery, and it's a bottle of their Bad Habit Abbey Tripel, coming in at 8.2% ABV. There's a look at the label. There's the bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass then. We got a one finger white head, good levels of carbonation. Yeah, it looks like a triple. Look at that haze. Look at that haze suspension in the glass. Amber in colour. Look at that. That looks tremendous. Love it. For me, when I see all of that sediment in a beer glass, it just indicates to me that there's going to be loads of flavour. I'm going to be quick with this because YouTube don't like it when you I'm not going to swear, but when you don't speak correctly. YouTube's gone all politically correct. So what I'm going to say is that I was with a brewer 2 years ago when we brewed a collaboration, and we were talking about hazy beers. And we were talking about like really polished beers, like really sparklingly drink with your eyes beers, you know, like premium lagers and stuff. And he said something to me that stuck. Not a lot sticks in this mind, but he said something that stuck, and that was, why polish a turd? And what I mean by that is, the more you polish, the more you're taking away. You're taking away. The more you filter the beer, the stuff you're taking away from the beer is actually taste. All the bits, all the pieces, all the tiny microbes of sediment we can see here floating around, that is all taste. And some breweries will grab hold of that and discard it. They'll like chuck it away in order to have a sparkling beer. But what you're really left with is a turd. And they've basically polished a turd. You get me? Aroma. Yeah, it smells really good. Really good for a Belgian triple. Candied sugar. Lots of spice. A little bit of sweetness. Orange peel, lemon. You can't smell dryness, but after drinking so many beers, you almost get to the point where you can smell dryness. I can smell how dry the beer is going to be. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, wow. I gotta put that down. Boom, boom. Stone the crows, stone the crows. What a terrific beer. It's a Belgium Abbey Tripel. It really is. But it's not from Belgium, and it's not from an Abbey. It's from St. Austell Brewery. Amazing, amazing. And I love that. I really love that. I really love the effort, the hard work, the study that's gone into this style of beer, to produce this style of beer. They've done it. Well done, St. Austell Brewery. For me, St. Austell Brewery are one of these breweries who they still have very much their one hand there on the button. on the button, on the craft button, on the real ale button, on the I love beer because I love all of the different styles, and I want to be involved, and I want to brew, and I don't want to brew the same old beer over and over and over and over again, because that's just boring. I didn't come into brewing just to brew the same beer over and over again. So what they've done, St Austell, is they've given the brewers license to experiment. And pardon me, I think they've done an amazing job with this beer. Absolutely amazing. Bad habit. Well done to St Austell, and I hope in the future that they never ever lose this kind of very important fact that there's hundreds of styles of beer, and let the brewers play. Don't let the brewers just become these like mindless people who have to brew the same beer over and over again. I'm so proud of St Austell for doing that, because there's lots of regional, I call them regional breweries. There's lots of regional breweries in the UK, and there's lots of regional breweries in the UK that just produce the same old bland, boring beers, and they're happy to do that. They're really happy to do that. They've got no intention of pushing the boat out in terms of producing really good beer. St Austell are a regional brewery. You can find their beers in Tesco's, in Morrison's, in Waitrose, in where's the other one? Sainsbury's. Find it in a lot of places. So they could, if they wanted to, they could just go, yeah, we're happy. We've made our profits. We don't need to experiment. We don't need to let our brewers play. They have. Okay, I've done enough talking. Let's get some drinking done. Carbonation hisses and fizzes and pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth. It's a very drinkable triple. What did I say? 8.2% ABV. Very drinkable for that 8.2% ABV. It could be very malty and big and thick and sticky. It's not. It's none of those things. It's still drinkable. And it conforms with the whole Belgium cafe joke, which I always tell when I drink a beer like this, in that the old story goes in Belgium, in Bruges or Brussels or whatever town or city you visit in Brussels, if you get a tourist who goes into a bar, don't know too much about beer, they just go, I'll have one of them up there, and they end up drinking like a Chimay or what are we talking about, or a Duval or something like that, or a Westmalle, or a, you've got me started now, or a St Bernardus or something like that, and they end up drinking this like 9 or 10% beer, and they're drinking it down, and they're thinking, oh, this is really refreshing, it's hot, it's humid in Belgium, let's whack this down. And then it goes straight to their head. They don't realise they're drinking a 9 or 10 or 11 or 12% ABV beer. They think they're drinking a session beer. And then they either fall over in the chair, they've had a couple of beers, or they just have to go home and sleep it off in the afternoon or the evening. You see them the next day type of thing. Yeah, brilliant. I love that because St Austell here have done that very same thing here. I think if you handed me this beer in my hand without the label, without me knowing it was 8.2% ABV, I would probably guess, well, saying that, I'm quite good with my style, so I probably would guess it was a Belgian beer, and I would guess it was quite high, but if you handed this to an average man in the street who didn't know too much about beer, he would say this was about 4.5–5% ABV. So St Austell have captured the very essence and the importance of Belgian beer. Let's rate it. I will say at this stage of the beer review, St Austell sent me the beer. But this is a 100% independent beer review. No money changed hands. There was no email or anything like that saying please be nice to us. It was just take our beer, be brutally honest. I'm going to be brutally honest with this beer. I'm going to say, for a Belgium triple, it's tremendous. It's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.